Welcome back to the show that today features a hulking hunk hootenanny. Battling it out for superhero supremacy are two fellas who can flex to save the world or fight to win your heart. Because Ryan Reynolds is taking on Hugh Jackman. And although they weren't asked to be physically in studio, the host doesn't allow abs on this program. We have a feeling this decade-long frenemy bromance will finally be resolved. In one corner, it's that guy from the pizza place. No, the other guy. Not the girl, the guy. Ryan Reynolds is his name, and he's taken on the land down under's finest export since Paul Hogan, Mr. Hugh Jackman. I forgot about the Hemsworths. Oh, they're gonna have me on their ship list. But I did see Thor in that last movie, and I think I can outrun Thor at this point.
Wait, don't it look all right?
You look like melted ice cream.
Oh, we're still rolling. Here's how we'll determine a winner. Round 1, box office. Round 2, Tomatometer / audience score. Round 3, iconic roles. Round 4, the feud. And then I'll toss in a wild card round that could involve X-Men Origins Wolverine. I really hope it doesn't, but if I get desperate, that's how you're gonna know. It's People's Sexiest Man 2008 versus People's Sexiest Man 2010. The winner takes on Blake Shelton. The loser has to keep their shirt on in the next movie. Even the sleeves, boys. Let's get it on.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
God, you ever shut up, pal?
No, not when I'm awake.
Round 1, box office. The fact that we're blessed with this battle today is a testament to the power of the silver screen. And these two foes took very different paths to enjoying their current A-list status. Ryan Reynolds graduated from the world of sitcoms to the big screen around the same time we were all panicking about Y2K. And it was Y2K, a big mutant party that unleashed the accomplished theater performer Hugh Jackman onto the world of cinema in the original X-Men film.
Hey, it's me.
Prove it.
You're a dick.
So let's start with one of the longest running and most successful comic book franchises ever and its marquee character.
What kind of monster are you? The Wolverine.
A relative unknown when the movie was released, Hugh Jackman wasted no time in making himself one with the adamantium claws. And he's gone on to play the character in a starring role a total of 7 times, and that's how many Super Bowls Tom Brady has, with a couple of fun cameos in between. It's always nice when a movie lets you get the one PG-13 F-bomb with your only line.
Go fuck yourself.
All told, Hugh's X-Men films represent his top 4 moneymakers at the worldwide box office, headlined by X-Men Days of Future Past at $837 million. 7 of Jackman's top 10 worldwide hits are those X-Men films, with the remaining outliers being Happy Feet, Les Miserables, and The Greatest Showman. Don't worry, most people forgot to include Happy Feet, but you never underestimate a Penguin movie.
You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on.
Hugh Jackman's worldwide box office totals a robust $8.5 billion, making for a per-film average of $242 million. Quite the tall mountain for Ryan Reynolds to climb. But let's not forget, he also exists in the X-Men universe as the character he was seemingly born to play, Deadpool.
Okay, guys, let's get out there and make a difference.
Those two standalone Deadpool flicks are Ryan's best output in terms of worldwide box office grossers. And yeah, I mean gross literally. Those movies are R for a reason.
Besides, nobody's getting hurt.
As they combine for $1.6 billion in receipts. Like Jackman, Reynolds also has a big animated property in his quiver, The Croods, which did $642 million across the globe. I got it. Can we have the Penguins battle the cave people? Who's better at monogamy? I wonder. Far be it from us to pigeonhole Ryan with one big franchise. He's also a fun little part of Hobbs and Shaw and stars in Detective Pikachu. Green Lantern. Okay, I said it. It's in his top 10. It made a ton of money. Hey, I might have liked it just fine when I saw it. I haven't revisited it since. Let's just move on.
Cool, huh?
To the world of romantic comedies, both gentlemen have made quite a career in just this genre alone, but Ryan Reynolds has the most buck-earning bragging rights here, as The Proposal is the only rom-com to grace either fella's top 10. It clocks in at number 7 on his list, with 393 worldwide millions. I gotta think a huge chunk of that is in Canadian dollars. Thank you, Sandra. Love you. So Reynolds puts up a good fight as his total worldwide gross over 37 movies is $6.53 billion, making for a sterling $218 million average per outing. And thus I'm torn between Ryan Reynolds, who might have a little more diversity of movie role going for him, against Hugh Jackman, who has the stats largely thanks to that one gigantic franchise. And under normal circumstances, I might award round one to Ryan Reynolds, but the most gigantic reason that X-Men movies are so gigantosaurictastic is Wolverine. Look, we like Cyclops, Storm's a badass, Professor X says smart things, but if we don't buy the guy playing Logan, I don't know that we're going back to X2 or suffering through The Last Stand. Hugh is Wolverine, and Wolfie is X-Men. Regardless of what else you call him, Weapon X wins the round. The cool side pompadour gets the point, while Deadpool still remains silent.
Your striker finally figured out how to shut you up.
Round 2, Tomatometer / audience score. Okay, so your big summertime popcorn flicks have been released. We all waited around the block to see them opening weekend. But what did we think walking out of an X-Men or a Deadpool? Furthermore, were we satisfied with the smaller gems we had to drive to that one cool theater on the edge of town to see, like Buried or Butter? Let's let the critics have their say first as we delve into that muddiest of scoreboards, the Tomatometer. They're both rotten! The whole lot of them! Well, at least the overall average for a Jackman or Reynolds picture is rotten, but just barely, as Hugh Jackman's flicks average 57% and Ryan Reynolds earns an average of 54% per film. I really want these guys to be watching this vid together. Is that just like ribbing each other good-naturedly a little bit, but not so loud that they step over my jokes? Hey guys, big fan. My close personal friend Hugh Jackman does lean on his Wolverine claws to climb to Freshtown as 4 of his X-Men films appear in his Tomatometer top 10, including the best score for either fella, Logan, at 93%. But he also shows his range as the animated delight The Missing Link is at 89%, Eddie the Eagle's at 82%, and Prisoners clocks in at 81%. You see the end of Prisoners? Yikes. I won't even let anyone else watch my dog after seeing that. Okay, so Ryan Reynolds has another uphill fight on his mitts, but the dude's in great shape, and he got me a deal on Mint Mobile.
Do you have a cell phone?
91% is his best effort on the Tomatometer, thanks to Mississippi Grind. That's not a Deadpool. No, it's just a movie. It's a really good movie. Ben Mendelsohn. Adventureland, Buried, and Definitely Maybe also pop into his Tomatometer top 10, as do those wacky Deadpool twins, measuring quite fresh at 85% for part 1, 84% for part 2. It's too close to call here, so let's hop on over to the audience score.
God damn it! I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
It's a tight ball game here as well, except both dudes have a fresh film average. Jackman leads again with 67% to Reynolds' 62.6%. And remember how they had a rotten average on the Tomatometer, so I made them feel better by regaling y'all with their freshest hits? Well, the audience score average is fresh, so let's get rotten and see who had the worst stinkers.
I smell funny.
Let's get right to the high-low lights. Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern is at 45%. Okay, that's not terrible. How about X-Men Origins Wolverine, which stars Hugh Jackman but features Ryan Reynolds? OMG, it's at 58%? It's not even in his top 10 worst movies? What is it? Oh, I know what his worst one is. Movie 43. Yeah, it's a straight trash 4% on the Tomatometer, but it does fare better with an audience score of 24%. And I guarantee you all 24 of those percentage points are thanks to Hugh. Specifically, his chin. Watch the movie. It happens right away, then you can turn it off forever. Other notable low bar setters in Jackman's worst 10 include Deception at 31%, The Front Runner at 39%, and Pan at 40%. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds has to reconcile with R.I.P.D.
I get it. It's cute.
which somehow made it all the way up to 38%, The In-Laws at 40%, and his record low, The Alarmist at 15%. Are we sure he wasn't also in movie 43? There's a lot of famous people saying yes to that. Boggles the mind. If you lumped all the movies these two towering titans have made and combined their top 10s, you'd find them virtually tied at the top of the Tomatometer, as each would have 5 films represented. But the worst of the Tomatometer leans towards Ryan Reynolds, who has 6 of the lowest 11 films on that scale.
Okay, we're fucked.
And even though one of them is National Lampoon's Van Wilder, which features National Lampoon's Animal House's Tim Matheson as National Lampoon's Van Wilder's father, the numbers don't lie. We expected a close matchup, but at the end of 2 rounds, it's Ryan Reynolds 0, Captain Bald Chin 2. I fully expect that to be edited out, but I had to take the shot.
But remember, don't forget to help yourselves to lots and lots of jolly old fun!
Round 3, iconic characters. And the hits keep on coming for Ryan Reynolds. You're down 0-2, and now you gotta defeat the guy that plays Wolverine in an iconic character matchup? That's like trying to beat Clint Eastwood in a The Sun's in My Eyes, but I'm still a tough cowboy contest. Can it be done? There's only one way to find out, and that's for me to keep reading the stuff that I already wrote myself, but I've forgotten.
Really?
Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Wolverine is Hugh Jackman. The box office billions and worldwide adulation aside, Wolverine is the entire linchpin of the X-Men universe's popularity. Sure, he can be cast as an unwitting sidekick in a few of the movies, and rarely does a love triangle work out in his favor, but still, Wolverine is just about as iconic a role as we've seen in this millennium.
You picked the wrong house, Bubba.
Let's pile on top of that with some other Hugh Jackman accomplishments over the years. Like Jean Valjean, the guy you first read about in Cliff's Notes as a freshman in high school, was brought to life on the big screen courtesy of song and dance man Hugh, and he delivered a stirring performance that resonates so well, we don't even have to talk about Russell Crowe singing in that flick. Right? Right.
You have brought the gift of life.
That earned Jackman his lone Oscar nomination way back in 2013, and you gotta think with his talent, there's more on the way. In fact, audiences thought he might even be able to seal a win as they flocked time and time again to see The Greatest Showman. He plays a character loosely based on P.T. Barnum and belts out number after number of catchy show tune greatness. No Oscar glory was in his future for that, but he did earn his 3rd Golden Globe nomination, which is more than anything anyone can say for Pan, so we move on. To Ryan Reynolds! He's had a few minutes for an all-time great inspirational speech to get himself back in the ballgame, or at least a better pep talk than Eddie the Eagle got from Hugh Jackman.
Thanks, I think.
Okay, enough about Hugh. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, and I mean that in the spiritual sense as well. Certain folks were put on this planet to do certain things. The Wright brothers were made to fly above Earth. Neil Armstrong was here to leave Earth entirely, and Stanley Kubrick was here to film the moon landing in some folks' conspiracy theories about Neil Armstrong. But when you see Deadpool, and particularly with a set of eyes that has witnessed Ryan Reynolds' rise to stardom like these baby browns have, you see the culmination of all that charm, wit, affinity for romance, and yes, superhero-worthy abs. Wolverine is the more iconic character as of right now, but Hugh Jackman's time as Logan has come and gone. Deadpool is now ready to seize that spotlight. Adding on to Wade Wilson, that's Deadpool, not the 80s Minnesota Vikings quarterback, is another iconic character played by Reynolds, Chris Brander. If that name doesn't ring a bell, the face certainly will.
Oh my God!
Ryan artificially plumped for the flashback scenes in Just Friends, the rom-com that doubles as a Christmas movie that triples as one of the best comedic romances since the turn of the century.
Stupid! Stupid! Stupid!
Yes, Hugh Jackman has had some nice RC moments, but Reynolds' memorable turn opposite an amazing Anna Faris scores him major points.
Okay, she's got a bit of a headache. It's not that bad. Ha!
As does his even more successful turn in The Proposal, and as a dad telling a very timely love story to his daughter in Definitely Maybe. That's a rom-com resume Tom Hanks wouldn't mind having. Even when Hugh is busy making us quickly want to forget that Wolverine Origins was a thing, Ryan Reynolds was arguably the best part of that entire flick.
Manicure.
No. Rewind to the beginning. The parts where they let him talk. See? It's quality stuff.
Okay. People are dead.
Ryan Reynolds also elevated the material and gave some panache to lesser movies like Blade Trinity, Selfless, and the high-octane Netflix film Six Underground. Put that in your DVD queue today.
You want to get out and compare, or should we maybe think about going?
Hugh Jackman's career resume during award season indicates he has more wins and nominations than his bitterly friendly rival, and Wolverine is the most iconic character you're going to hear about today or on most episodes of this here program. But Ryan Reynolds' filmography boasts an impressive variety of characters you know, love, and even want to revisit. even if some of the movies themselves were destined for the rotten side of the Tomatometer. Home runs are great, but in this round, it's Reynolds who moneyballs his way to a win, and he's finally on the scoreboard. It's 2-1, and neither of our competitors were in Moneyball. So we smoothly transition into the next round.
Which means the fat lady should be singing right about now.
Round 4, the feud. I truly, madly, definitely, no maybes about it, love this feud.
That fell apart quickly.
In an era where we have no idea how to relate to the real human beings behind the star facade, it's a nice side dish to watch Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman constantly fire zingers at each other via social media, famous third parties, or on late night talk shows.
Hugh Jackman has eyebrow implants.
But how did this epic contest of jokey one-upsmanship begin in the first place? It started with how all good-natured rivalries gestate. Scarlett Johansson. Yep, it's true, at least according to Hugh Jackman, the headlining star of X-Men Origins Wolverine. I gotta talk about this movie. Why?
X-Men Origins reunite. Yeah.
Oh, that's because when Hugh and Ryan met for the first time, it was on that set. Jackman and Scarlett had already been good pals since working together on The Prestige, and Ryan had just married Scarlett. Thus, Hugh kept teasing him on set, reminding the newlywed to be on his best behavior. It's been love ever since, even if it didn't always feel like that.
You did see it, right, man?
Oh, no, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Things heated up once Ryan claimed the crown once held by Hugh, that being the coveted title of People's Sexiest Man Alive in 2010. Jackman had been that dude in 2008. But as recently as 2019, when John Legend was ushered into the legendary fraternity, Jackman used the occasion as an opportunity to roast Reynolds, reminding Legend on Instagram to not be that 1% of celebs that people missed on. And that's just one example of the social media links these two fellas will go. Another highlight was Ryan Reynolds captioning a pic of Jackman with adoring fans as, "I'm pretty sure those are protesters." The eternal good guy Jackman taking veiled shots at Ryan, the smarmy wit of Reynolds bullying Hugh. It's nearly impossible to declare a winner in this round because they're so good at battling the other that it's a Batman and Joker situation. You can't eliminate one because, as a famous Joker once said, "You complete me."
Do you ever age?
Not since 2008.
You're gorgeous.
But it was Ryan Reynolds who may have gotten the biggest, if not last, laugh when he used his own starring vehicle, Deadpool 2, to canonize this frenemy rivalry into comic book film lore. Wade has taken multiple shots at Jackman throughout the two films, and we fans are holding our breath that we get another cameo of Wolverine having some sort of revenge in Deadpool's next outing. While we await that outcome, I give major points to Jackman for getting Jake Gyllenhaal involved in the shenanigans, and please, never stop posting the dorky throwback pics. But between the Deadpool stuff, the birthday wedding anniversary barbs, and the flat-out creativity of Ryan Reynolds always nailing the perfect troll timing, I have to give the slightest of edges to Hal Jordan here. Yes, Hugh, I referred to him as his Green Lantern character. That was for you.
Hey, let's see Ryan Reynolds do that.
Like a great offensive shootout in the NFL, this game will probably come down to whoever has the ball last. And no, not the ones on your chin. They don't count. Reynolds has come all the way back to tie the game, and just in time for our final round.
Fuck Wolverine. What a dick.
The wild card round. Range. Here's the thing about likable people, whether it's Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, me. Sure, we can make you like a version of us, even if it's a fictional character that exudes our unique real-life traits. But to be a truly great actor, you need to have that rarest of abilities that allows you to transcend looks and personality and displaces you into another being entirely. So much so that even the audience barely remembers the real you. Can you disappear into a wide variety of roles that will suit different tastes and sensibilities? In short, do you have range? That's what we need from Hugh and Ryan in this wildcard round. Whoever proves themselves more worthy will, in fact, be crowned the winner of today's show. Full disclosure, I so badly wanted to make this whole round just a fight between Origins, X-Men, Wolverine, whatever the hell that movie's called, and Green Lantern. But alas, this is technically a celebration of high art, so I'll stick to the movies that don't sew Ryan's mouth shut and the films that don't give Wolverine claws that look like they're straight out of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Both leading men are contenders in this round simply because they've been successful in virtually every section that Blockbuster Video offers. Action films are a given. X-Men, Deadpool, Swordfish, Safe House, and the list goes on and on. And while Ryan Reynolds might have the edge when it comes to romantic comedies, Hugh Jackman certainly has the edge in sweeping musical extravaganzas. Popular films like The Greatest Showman, critical darlings like Les Miserables, or other movies like Australia prove Jackman is a true performer who can hit all the notes, dance all the moves, and even sell out arenas doing those show tunes live across the globe.
Awesome place, you know?
And even though I enjoyed him and Ashley Judd in Someone Like You just fine, it's hard to not be impressed with how effortlessly Ryan Reynolds can put down the Deadpool weaponry and insulting wit to show us a more gentle sense of humor in lasting rom-coms, like The Proposal, Definitely Maybe, Just Friends. Hell, he's even note perfect in the less memorable ones like The Change Up, Waiting, and Buying the Cow. And so what if Hugh Jackman can glide all over the stage while carrying a tune? Ryan Reynolds can evoke a wide net of emotion even if he literally can't move at all. Did y'all see Buried? It's not a party flick, but it's worth checking out. The guy's in a coffin the whole time. Like, that's like the entire plot.
I'm buried in a box.
Did either of these folks ever attempt a role outside their wheelhouse and fail to pull it off? Both dipped their toes in the horror genre with not the best of results. Reynolds had a beard that would make Old Man Logan take notice in the remake of the Amityville Horror, but it wasn't all that creepy, unless you're pretending the guy from Two Guys and a Girl lost the pizza place and then his sanity. That's a little fun. Hugh played the legendary Van Helsing in the accurately titled Van Helsing, but weak effects and a subpar storyline put way too much even upon his broad shoulders. So if we tally it all up, it's anyone's ballgame as to who has more true range. I'll even allow the weight room ability into this fray. Who can bench press more? Hugh. Who can squat more? Still Hugh. Who eats more grilled chicken breast on set? Definitely Hugh. But Ryan Reynolds is funny, man. And being as naturally funny as we are, he is, gets you far in life. So far, you might even get Rick Moranis to hang out in your cell phone company ad. That was awesome.
So what do you want me to do? You want me to say something about mint?
No, that would have been smart.
Real talk, I'm inching towards Ryan Reynolds here. As a comedian, I can tell you, when you're on your funny game, you are always the life of the party. People want to hear your humorous yarns, you can talk your way into multiple free beverages, and everyone wants to be your best friend. Unless someone shows up to that party who can sing and dance, and Hugh can do both of those things really, really well.
I was up here.
God damn it!
Plus, he's funny to boot. Look, if you can sell out Broadway, bust out the claws on the silver screen, and keep up with Ryan Reynolds in a never-ending game of one-upsmanship, you got uncanny range. And that is why the X-person I'm selecting to win this round, and thus the match, is Hugh Jackman. Congrats, Logan! You did it! I'm gonna take everything back if you don't cameo in every Deadpool movie heretofore. Every one.
'Cause you can do like you do, or you can do like me. Stay in the cage, or you finally take the key. Oh, damn!
So there you have it, kiddies. 'Twas an epic brawl between two of the mightiest cinematic heavyweights of modern times. And the best news is, they're both still going strong. Did you see your winner Hugh Jackman in Bad Education? It's a great little piece of entertainment on the home box office. And your runner-up, Ryan Reynolds, he'll be just fine with more big-time comic book movie zaniness on the way. And what about that rumored Clue remake? You'll meet no better fan of the 1985 classic than I, but if anyone can match that beloved original, I'm betting it's Ryan Reynolds. In the Study, with the candlestick. God, I hope the movie's better than what I just said. Thanks for tuning in today, gang. Reminder, you can check out the entire Versus catalog starring me. That make you nervous, Hugh? That was a bouncy C. Right here on the Rotten Tomatoes channel or on YouTube. And remember, today's results are just my opinion, so feel free to hit me up on social media and chime in with your take. Do you love Wolverine or Deadpool more? Who's currently winning the Ryan-Hugh bromance feud? And if it ever happens, who should Ryan Reynolds cast Hugh Jackman as in Clue? Until next time, this is Mark Ellis saying I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.